Hello, good evening, and welcome to Rock Paper Shotgun's summary of the Stunty League. I'm joined as ever by the bravest man in Wimbledon, Corn Knight. Are you there?
Hello, yeah.
And our northern representative. We think he's from Blackburn. We're not sure. Heliocentric.
No.
No. Okay, we'll guess it. We'll guess again for next time.
Okay. We could be a recurring feature.
Recurring feature, but it's Lancashire anyway, right?
I thought it was Manchester.
It's in
Well, you're
Manchester.
basically Manchester.
Manchester environs.
Environs, yeah. So
Greater Manchester.
Greater Manchester,
Which
But
isn't a thing anymore. It was a thing for like 6 months, and now it's not a thing.
Okay, yeah. So new record, less than 5 seconds before we go off track, but we'll try and keep on for the rest.
Static Noob and Ugg are present, but I believe Ugg has muted himself, so we'll see if he comes back.
Okay, and Static, hailing from Germany, are you there?
I am. Hello.
Hey, I've not heard your voice for a long time. It's been too long. How are you doing?
Got a runny nose, but otherwise fine.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Diseased.
Yeah, we've got colds here. Okay, so welcome to the Stunty League. We've got an amazing 26 teams signed up at the moment. On your screen at the moment, yeah, I think you can see the list of teams. So
I was just looking at the leaderboard briefly because it looks like almost everyone has played. So yeah, this will be...
Yeah, I
we've
haven't. I think I'm one of the only games left not to play.
There's a few.
Yeah,
left.
we've had I think 6 or 7.
7 games.
7 games so far. 14, yeah.
So halfway through.
Yeah, and if you look at Ken's, who's currently in first place, he's ahead on touchdown difference. He scored 3. He put 3 past whoever he's playing.
Though this order is not to be trusted because, yeah.
Yeah, he played Mongoom's Praise a Bomb, and he scored 3 touchdowns. So he's top of the pack.
So do we start talking about Ken's team if we're going to start talking about teams?
We might, of all the teams to start with,
Yeah,
we should probably.
He's the one to look at. I mean, he's bit of I guess introduction to him. He's a defending champion. He won it in season 1. Or
Wait,
in
no,
season
he didn't.
2. Season
He
2,
won it in
yeah.
season 2. I won it in season 1.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah, he wrote
How
those.
quickly they forget.
I know.
It's the Kane.
So you won season 2, and it's an Underworld team, and it's horrendous. So let's have a look at the roster.
So this is actually a false reading because this up here is a plus strength, and that's a plus strength 2. So it's a strength for Goblin with block, dodge,
I mean, it
extra
might not
head.
be.
He might not.
I don't.
What is the
I
injury?
don't think strength's that worthwhile.
Oh, a niggle.
You know. Yeah, there's quite a lot of goblins and players with setups who've got niggles in the league. A surprising number, if you ask me.
And this miss next game guy, he's just miss next game? Yeah. So there's almost blanket either block or 2 heads. I think, yeah, there's 1 player in the team, no 2, who don't, 3, can't read. 3 guys in the team who have neither 2 head nor block. You know, and I'm including the troll in that.
Troll actually has block.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm including the troll. Yeah, it's just like this is a very mobile team and able to fight when it isn't able to run quite so easily. Tentacles after. I'm sorry, I just prefer tail because tentacles never cause a turnover.
Yeah, but it's against a lot of strength too. It's a lot more likely to keep a player where they are, and basically that's what the Warpstone Troll's there for, isn't he? He's just there to collect a lot of little guys around him and hold on to them.
To hold on to them, and then hit them occasionally.
I mean, 180.
That's the same build that I went for, except I didn't roll double for a block.
180 isn't a lot of team value for that much talent.
Yeah, trolls are cheap.
Yeah,
and Underworld Trolls particularly, with free access mutations, is very nice. Big guy killer with a claw, mighty blow, and tentacles to hold up the small guys.
He's got the Apo and the free rerolls, which is quite standard. Well, far too much fan factor. He needs to sort that out and lose some games.
But, yeah, and he's sponsored by Skaven Cheese.
Oh, well checked, Gordon.
So yeah, I mean, has he got any stadium upgrades? He's
No,
got.
well, yeah,
He's
he's
gone
got
level
level
2,
two.
so he's ready to pick when the money situation, if he wants to get rid of bribes or get rid of. Not was it no the accidental? You can block bribes and thrown Rocky with one stadium upgrade, can't you?
You can block. No, so you don't block the bribes. You block the
The free
kickoff
bribe.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah, the free bribe. Or you could accidentally pick the one that gives everyone a free bribe.
You don't want to do that though.
No, not in a
Not in a
division
Stunty
full of
league.
goblins.
No.
Yeah.
However,
There are
adding
more goblins than
Insane.
anything else.
adding the mighty blow to the ground with Astro Granite is something which can be considered. If just because if you're confident with your mobility and your power, when you're punching down, Astro Granite makes more sense because your opponent's going to be spending more time running away from you than I guess
Yeah.
that's more one
I'd
for
only take
ogres.
Astrogranite as a lizard player because, as a lizard player, you're already faster than everyone, so making GFIs dangerous is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a halfling player, Astral Granite would be poor to play against, but I think really with
It
this,
doesn't affect thrown players.
with the whole league, Nuffalauta is surely the pick, just to get your stars cheaper. I mean, surely that's the go-to one for everyone, isn't it?
But
not,
with
not
Ken's,
not if your team value is 1,400.
I mean, this
already.
isn't it. This is a high value team, and he's going to be giving away inducements a lot of the time. And goblins get some very cheap stars, making them 50k cheaper. Means you're just going to be facing them more.
Actually, he did have the Nuffle Ultra. I think he's got rid of it.
He's deleted it because it was a impact. Okay, that makes complete sense at this point.
Because we played in the first season, and basically he had higher TV than me, but he bought the 10k star player just with his money.
It's that bomber.
Yeah, what's his name? Bomber Dribblesnot. Bomber Dribblesnot. But yeah.
So to have a look at some of what are the other standout teams we need to be considering?
Janix, should we go along a little bit? So the ogres, there's 2 ogre teams I'd like to look at. One is Janix T's
Nob and
ogre team.
nobility.
Nob and nobility, all the knobs. And just because I want to point out that all the other ogre teams have an Agi ogre, the Dream, break, tackle, juggernaut, agility ogre. In fact,
It's the guy. Is that a guy that's out? Yeah.
he's out. Yeah, he's out at the moment. He's missed next game.
But Juggernaut break. I mean, yeah, he needs dodge. But other than that, he's pretty well equipped.
Yeah. I mean, actually, he hasn't got many other interesting. I mean, he's got a dirty player.
Tackle.
He's got a tackle. Yeah, didn't it? Tackle. Tackle before block. But yeah, agility up.
I guess he's counting on the poor man's block, which is 3 dice blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, tackle against with triple dice. That's pretty definitive, even without block skill, because you get so many hits.
And let's face it, he's going to be hitting strength 2, isn't he?
And he can take both down sometimes. He's EV9. He's hitting a little guy. Occasionally he falls over. He'll get back up again.
Yeah. Occasionally, I've been taking both downs of my ogre team all the time, just in the hopes that
Yeah.
Because you get that as well.
That's the key thing, really. I think is knowing when to take the both downs. Because if you've got mighty blow, you might as well. Because it's much better for you to take it than against a stunty than it is yourself.
Again, it's not even with the trolls. If you're not facing an ogre team and it doesn't really matter. If you're facing, say, an underworld team or tree men, having your trolls fall over occasionally isn't the biggest thing in the world. But he's knowing when to take that risk. If you've got the numbers advantage, then by all means plow on.
Okay, and if you thought this ogre team was good, let's have a quick look at Maisie's ogre site day.
Yeah, they won their last game out as well. Out of interest, they're currently fourth,
I am not surprised. They have
this is a
plus
small team.
Strength ogre. I assume, yeah, and they're not going to get any inducements. They are the highest TV team in the league.
So is there a reason he's not got spares? He could buy 3 Noblars right now.
Yeah, he could.
be up to 12 and have a spare
He's
one.
not saving up for anything, is he? Maybe he just wants the bank.
So he's got the movement 6 ogre, he's got the strength 6 ogre, and he's got the agility ogre. He's got the block guy with break tackle. He's got a guard break tackle. And the strength guy has multi-block, which, fair enough, when you're strength 6, you can afford that.
Against Stunty, especially.
But even with with another guard ogre next to you, you can be multi-blocking. With strength 6, other big guys.
I mean, the problem is, it's like taking multiple dodges when you don't need to. It's like sometimes if you eat a reroll on the first one, you're like, oh, this was a bad idea. And that you've committed to it.
You don't have to take the second block with multi-block.
It's option. You opt in after the block.
No, so you have to opt in before the first block, but you can not take the second block once you've taken your first block.
Oh, so you just not do it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I've not used it in BB2, so I'm not sure how the interface it plays out.
Yeah, it's the usual, pick the speech bubble above the player to do it.
Absolutely.
He's got his dirty player.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good team. I mean, even so, how many Noblars would he have? 9.
6 and 6 if he bought everyone he could.
Yeah. You
So
buy
he's got-
3 more.
So he's got 60 TV on top of that. So that's 50, 90. So that's insane.
Or 50-70 if he just decides to run with 11 players.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other ogre team was the next nearest with 1450, I think.
Yeah.
Unless there's there are probably some teams with less than 11 players. It's a bit.
I mean, this team is going to continue to version. He's got a few guys coming up on the 31.
Okay, there's only one other ogre team. Should you have a look at them as well?
Sure.
They're pretty straightforward. They're on the last page, and they're Squiggies. Ogre are dead bodies.
And they're new, right?
They're new. Yeah.
So
only 4 ogres, 3 rerolls.
the 4-3 setup with lots.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's 12.
Yeah.
No, 13 players.
Yeah. Quite a lot. Not very exciting, but I think if you looked at the other 2 ogres.
I mean, this is where the other teams were starting. This is a very standard setup. So
I definitely went for 5 ogres.
5 and 2 rerolls. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more fun.
If you drop the Apo, no, you still couldn't squeeze. You can't squeeze an extra. You can buy an extra. Can you go 5 ogres, 3 rerolls, and no spare Noblars? And I think that's possible because you've got the Apo there, so that's 15 up 50k.
Yeah, you could, but you don't really. You want the apothecary especially when you've got 5 ogres, because you've got 5 players. You don't want to die.
Yeah, if you lost an ogre first game, you'd be sunk, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and distraught at having not got rerolls instead of that extra ogre. How's your halfling team doing, by the way, Ethelred?
Well, we play next week, so yeah, I'll let you know.
So they're fresh
after the game.
Yeah, fresh flings.
No, they're not. They've lost.
They're not fresh. They've played 3 seasons.
The killers are still going. I assumed you'd. So yeah, they're ticking along nicely. You've got the block tree still. Did you have a freak tree a little while ago?
I had a wood elf tree, which we had extra move and block.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Yes. Now I'm getting mixed up.
I mean, yeah, these guys are all right. I mean, I've not got any doubles on the flings yet, so
no second skills yet either. So that's coming. You've got a few guys who are coming up on the cusp.
Yeah,
I'm
going to sack them as soon as they get a second skill if it's not a double, to be honest.
Or what about the
Tinky Winky?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has got a niggle as well. So
yeah,
niggle...
Tinky Winky's going to die, I think. So, die in service.
He's the guy you throw, isn't he?
him.
He's the guy you throw.
He's the ball carrier, certainly. Yeah, if
He's your one turn.
If I need a throw, then yeah, he gets thrown. But I try not to throw if I don't have to.
And your first game is against one of the other 2 halfling teams in the league. Is that right?
Against Indie Ash's halfling team as well.
He's also got a. Sorry.
Last season. Sorry, go on.
Well, so I my fault talking over you. He's also got an injured player. He's got a minus AV halfling, or a Noblar as we like to call it nowadays. Just a
No,
strong
we
Noblar.
don't like.
No, halflings are halflings.
This was done to us. It was not of our.
He's one strength injury away from being a snotling, is what I was saying.
Which team was this? Sorry, the
He's
top right,
Puggy's
Puggy's
Porkers. Not cross knife and fork in
Oh,
the right hand
sorry,
page, in
missed
the
it.
right corner. Yeah. Page 2.
Oh yeah, so he's ruined. This team, he needs to go. He has no place in that team.
Yeah, there's no reason. It's like he's not even got SPP. Why are you holding on to that?
You should get rid of him. He's only got 10k though, so
Yeah, maybe. But he's got 14 players. Anyway,
well, we'll see.
and so neither of you can actually afford a chef, right?
No, we're too. I think I'm
Too
like
close.
40 ahead of him, so it's not. It's yeah,
He can spend
Straight-
10k and get himself
straight
babe.
fight, a fair fight, as we like to say.
As we like to say, but not actually do.
No, well, I'm gonna foul him every turn.
I mean, you've got the block tree. That's a pretty huge advantage if you can just keep on top of that. And the diving tackle is going to really ruin his day.
It's okay. With the trees, though, I try and I don't like going head to head with the other trees. I just want to hit stunties with them. You know, I can't see the point of.
Yeah, it's difficult
They're
to.
big guy.
Sometimes, usually what happens is at some point they'll be standing next to each other and then they won't get away from each other forever.
Because they're rooted.
Yeah, and they're rooted. But that's good. If they root though and they're standing next to each other, that's good because you're probably going to get unrooted by one way or the other. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
I then failed to get up.
Wow, I've just noticed Fedic's team. He's got a Niggles troll. There's quite a few interesting, injury.
I
Injured
think
players
some
being
people
kept.
take Stunty as it being a joke league, where other people are taking it seriously.
They're not taking it seriously enough. Oh my god, Fedic's got a player who's got a Niggle and Mighty Blow at the same time. That's special.
He gives and he receives.
I like that a lot.
So the agility, he's got an agility 4.
Yeah.
That's
With diving tackle,
doesn't have a bomber because bombers are just they're beautiful, but they're just unless you've got an orc team. Hiring the bomber on an orc team is like, do you know what? Hey, finish your turn, go on, throw a bomb, let's see what happens. I'm armor 9, I can take it. But on a goblin team,
in Stunty is the best place to have a bomber because you're facing an entire team of players who are either agility 1 or have a -1.
True. Yeah, they can't throw the ball
But
reliably.
even if they catch it, it usually explodes when they try and throw it back.
Yeah.
I'd always go with the bomber, but I'm not one stunty, so what do I know?
I always used to choose the bomber, but it was never seemed to work out.
Because Valentin and Kuki, they didn't get bombers, did they? They didn't have bombers in their squads.
Not in the squad, no. But in the final, I think one of them induced. What's his name?
Dribble Snot.
Triple Snot. Yeah.
Do you feel like we've diluted Stunty by adding the non-special teams?
No, and the debate's finished.
No. But I'm saying you think you're satisfied? I know we are where we are.
What do you mean by the non-spec? You mean like lizards and?
Yeah, like the underworld and the underworld guys. Like, I'm not saying is it better or is it worse, but has it taken some of the madness away?
I know it hasn't taken some.
No, I think it's
maybe
added
the lizards
to
have,
the
actually.
madness.
Because I mean, skink teams explode so beautifully when they do explode, and when you get an agility 4 skink, they do all this ridiculous stuff that make you want to hunt them. So,
well, agility for anything in this league is.
But it's that little bit of extra range on that absurdity.
Yeah.
They can run to the horizon.
It's almost like having a 2-headed goblin.
Yeah, but an AG4 skink almost guarantees a wizard, doesn't it? So just blast it. You know, first turn 1. Show you mean business. Use your wizard.
So is that your approach to Ken's? If he does go with strength 4, goblin.
Absolutely. If I'm playing Ken, I see a strength 4 goblin. He's getting zapped first turn. I can say this, you know, because that's what's going to happen. You know, it's not even a matter for debate.
So actually, I was thinking about this when we were talking about stadium upgrades and not having the no bribe one. If you're playing against goblins and you have the bribe stadium,
They get a bribe for 100k essentially. If you don't get the,
you get a free bribe, and they get a free bribe that reduces the number of bribes they can get.
yes,
That would have cost them 50.
but they don't lose any of their inducement money, so they can
No.
spend it on other stuff like stars.
But it's only 50 less.
Yeah,
Really.
isn't that Dribble Snot?
Well,
He's,
yeah,
It's 60.
60.
Yeah, so you'd have to reach. You're probably into the change in the back of the sofa, but yeah.
There are a lot of goblin teams. I'm amazed at how many goblin teams there are.
The stat graph was out on the sign
It
up.
was just like all goblins.
Do you know? Have you got,
I'm looking for one that's interesting, but you know they're all just goblins to me.
little green man. The oddly named Sauruses are Static Noob's team. He's semi-present. Do you have any words on this team? You're carrying an agility too.
Yeah, he's probably getting fired. He didn't have T2 SPP before the last game, I think.
Oh, so even worse, he gained SPP after being injured.
Well, he gained them by injuring another player, so it's not too bad. He obviously did something useful that game.
I think Elf is the top scorer currently as well at the moment.
And the whole you get the leaderboard page up. Where has it got with him? Overview. It's a way to view it somewhere. Maybe
You have to go back out of the groups of death.
Oh, and
So
then
you're
look at
in
the
the-
whole league stars.
Think.
I can't see it. There's a way to do it. I can't remember. Oh wait, you have to click on Super Special Cups and then click on Hall of Fame, and then
And then you have to cycle through it until you get to Stunty 4 Group of Death. Which for
you're keeping the old ones.
for some reason Helio doesn't like the name of that.
Yeah, I know. I've got an issue with this. Why is it the Group of Death? What is this about?
Why is it the group of death? It's
Yes.
the group of death because traditionally in football, that's the worst World Cup group. And because we've only got one league this season, I thought I'd call it the group of death.
It's all the one. It's all the worst.
Because it's the worst one because there's only one.
So the top 3 most experienced players in the entire league are Coach Trenry and Coach Gentle of the team name. So he's picked very carefully there. Most violent, 3 big guys, no surprise. Stuntiest on August at Day, Hans in Gobshites, and Hydrot from the Fanatical Fellas. Unfortunately, you don't get a stat statement underneath how they've got there.
You do if you pick the
top 20.
Top 20.
Oh, so it's not even a lot. It's just 2.
Yeah, it's only been of one day.
It's only been one day.
It doesn't count their career. No.
Although the experience, the most experienced one is
The career, yeah.
they're
It's
currently
lifetime,
on. Everything else. So the best throwers is one player who's made a 10-yard, 10 throw, 10-point throw, whatever that.
Yeah, most match played, that's the most meaningful statistic going.
1.
And Elf top scorer, yeah. So actually a pass happened. What's going on there?
Yeah. The source is
The Sauruses.
Offspring's marital sire. Surely that's from Offspring's non-marital sire.
Well, who knows?
I see that's bastard, right?
Past 10 meters.
I think you get 10 points for a pass. I think it's just one pass, not 10. But anyway. Oh yeah. I like the Kinks, Drinks and Skinks names in the best punching bags. Histofer Walken and Serpent Segal.
I think
Nice. Sorry, Static.
Sorry.
I think that name's actually a reference to the person who did the deed with the mother.
Oh, okay. Got ya. Motherfucker.
Well, I did not want to say it on stream.
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
Don't worry, this isn't on Twitch. I'm not going to get the video taken down.
Yeah,
it'll
that
just
should be
get
fine.
stamped with a content control sticker. I'll say not for children, and we'll be okay.
Sorry. I assume everyone's adults and forget that sometimes there's in one of the leagues I'm in. There's an 8-year-old boy playing, and everyone forgets. And there's been a couple of
Incidents.
hey, you know, swear.
In fact, the worst of it isn't even the swear words. It's when people apply coarse humour, which lands south of the PG-13.
Yeah.
And because salty language. Some people, I've known plenty of 8-year-olds when I was little who swore like sailors. It's just they didn't understand everything we were saying and what it meant. But context is the danger. So, are there any other teams that are? Is it so generic?
I think it's a bit too early, isn't it? Really, to start looking.
It
at
also feels
teams.
a bit like it's quite large. The 26 means
26 is big.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, there's lots of goblins. Quite a few of them have plus agi players. Who's gonna get to the top? I've got no idea. So yeah, pick your top 3.
Oh God, how could we do that? Yeah, me. I'm gonna win.
The cheapest team on the lowest team value is Kinks, Drinks, and Skinks. However, this is a lie because they're down to 8 men.
This is the season of the lizard. This is going to be won by a lizard team this season. I'm willing to bet that. How about that? 9
men even.
Well, that's fair enough. Yeah, we could. I guess we could pick the race, couldn't we?
Okay, I'm going with lizards as my
Lizards.
A bit of the initial profiling. Yeah, I think if the Skinks teams can not implode. I mean, which is the most durable Skink team going now? Is it Static's team? Are they the people who are most developed?
I think I'm the only one in the second season.
Yeah.
Well, no, I am too. I've got an agi player on mine. Little Skittles Memorial Team.
Which page are you on?
Next to Static, 2 along.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because it's yeah. So what we're looking at here is. Oh God, what's gone on with those two? So you might move on. They both just lost movement this last game.
Yeah, they both lost movement. I lost like 5 players in my last game.
Oh,
Ogres.
One dead. 2. No, not even. What was it? Might have been Underworld.
it was a playoff, wasn't it?
Oh no, it was Goblins. Yeah, it was Goblins.
No, the saw's doing its work.
Yeah. So yeah, one AV down who got MVP. One dead guy. Another, I can't remember what the other one was, but he's been fired too. And 2 movement guys who I will probably hold on to and stick them on the line. Or
so you're not firing. As far as you know, you're not firing them right now.
I'm not firing them until I get more players.
I don't fancy the prospects. If you could, this looks like the death spiral.
It's like it's one more. I can afford to buy a player now, and when those 2 players come back, I'll have 11 players. So I'm saving up to have 2 more players, and then I'll have 12 players when I buy players.
Oh, for a minute I thought your Croxagore was gone. He's just hiding at the bottom.
No,
Sorry.
he's at the bottom.
Yeah. So just a break tackle for now.
But I got plus. I lost. Oh yeah, that was the one that died. I lost my plus movement one, but he's been replaced with a plus agi one instead. So that's okay.
So basically, this plus agility Skink is holding the whole team together, and
he's just arrived. Krendor it's in his 2nd game, I think. But he's the breakout star.
And you've only got the 2 rerolls, so your team value is gonna be nice and snug.
Yeah.
What happened to the naming of them?
I couldn't be bothered when I started the team, so I'm going to start naming them after what the theme of the team is as they die.
After the streamers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so the murderers become the names of the replacements.
Oh, that's quite a good idea. I hadn't even thought about that. But I mean,
sorry.
but Little Skittles was the name of one of the players in the Crendorian Invitational, the like kind of streamers Blood Bowl league that lasted for a little while. That was
Right, okay.
a bunch of American Twitch people who most don't play Blood Bowl at all, and it was they were terrible at Blood Bowl. But it was very entertaining.
Also terrible people, or do you prefer not to say?
No, definitely not terrible people. I still watch some of them, and it's it also like two of them were like a boyfriend and girlfriend, and
Did they foul each other?
The game where the girl was playing dwarves and the boy was playing Amazons was immensely amusing.
It's a great matchup.
Yeah, it is.
Did they foul each other? This is important.
Oh yeah. It was pretty dirty.
Because the health of the relationship depends on.
Yeah, they were two of the better players in the league as well. They were like, so Krendor was the organizer, hence him being the first one to actually get. Oh, and Jesse is like one of those streamers who shouts all the time and gets really grumpy. And like every time there was a one, he'd freak out. That kind of person, which is also entertaining,
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as the volume on your headphones isn't too loud, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not with the hearing damage, but.
But yeah, so I'll replace the stupid.
So do you think you are you think Skinks are going to win it? Are you fancying your chances? Is your eye on the prize?
Yeah, definitely. Always. So we'll see after my first game, but after the winning it once with undeveloped Underworlds, I think if I don't win it, then the Lizard team that's going to beat me in the first week is going to win it. How about that?
Who's your first week opponent?
Who's your first opponent?
Static.
It's not Static. It's not a Lizard team though.
Kinks.
Mona Lizard by Lit Il Starlfur.
Oh, so it's another fresh Skink team.
Yeah.
11 of the Skinks and the Crocs and the 3 rerolls.
3 rerolls. So more rerolls than me. But yeah. There's quite a few lizards. I remember the first 3 seasons being.
Yeah, there's hardly any lizards, was there?
There was a massive bloom of Underworld.
Because you kept going on about how overpowered they would be. And since
have you seen Ken's team?
No, since then, not a single Underworld team have won anything.
I didn't say they would win it immediately. It's going to be immediately overpowered. This is a mischaracterization.
Yeah, they won the first 2 seasons, and then the point at which they start to bloat up and when they're supposed to be good, they don't win anything.
I think the small squads hurt them as well. I think
it really does.
Yeah, it's a constant concern. Like I've got 90k in the bank, and I'm like, okay, I've got a cushion now. But if I have an MNG, I have to think about firing him. It's because it's a constant, and that's a significant proportion of the injuries. You've got your chance of getting any injury is the same as dying, right? An actual, stat injury.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your stat injuries, your death, and your MNG, all as probable as each other.
So Ethel, if I'm going for lizards, does that mean you're going for halflings as the winner of the league?
Yeah, halflings all the way.
I mean, you could say goblins with a fair degree of confidence because there's so many of them.
Just by
There's a lot of goblins,
but
it's not going to work this time.
They won last time as well, so
They did.
I'm going to say ogres are going to end up being the winners because I think they're just going to leave a trail of devastation.
Yeah, the point at which an ogre team gets to like 1900.
Yeah,
there's nothing that a stunty team can do to keep up with that kind of murder.
Yeah, I don't know because they just can implode though, can't they? Ogres quite easily with
on a per match basis. They do.
Everyone can get big guy without bonehead or negatrates star players. So you'd expect 1 or at least 2 versus like an 1800 ogre team. So if you've got 2 big hitters that aren't affected
apart from Morg, who are the block Big. Oh, he's big. Is Big Rat. He's block as well, isn't he?
He's not.
Is he not?
But no, you can't. He's not on the Underworld star player list.
Yeah. And he's not anyway, is he? Big Rat.
But Big Rat was what's his? I can't.
Yeah, he's on the Skaven side. Strength 6, no block, but Mighty Blow and no.
So who are these big guys with block? There's the tree.
Not with block, but without the nega trait. So there's the tree. There's.
I mean specifically with block or wrestle, or because just you have to mitigate their risks. Because otherwise you're still alone without block. You know.
And I still think even with a big star player, like Ripper, you've got one Ripper plus, so the goblins can have 3 trolls, the halflings can have 3 trees, the ogres are going to have 6 ogres. So even when one of them, on average, one should be boneheading every turn, you've still got an extra 2 ogres who can wander around and do stuff. And
less than that, if you're rolling a lot of rerolls or you've got pro. The
ogre's going to have to buy more rerolls to make up for the fact they're going to be facing chefs a lot as well.
Yeah, and but once you get to you're approaching 2,000 team value, you can just buy a reroll and be like, what you do? Yeah, you have.
Yeah, they can bloat up, and it doesn't going to hurt them.
There's only so much. There's only so much a fling team can do with 900 inducements. They can only get 2 star players.
Deeproot, Zara, and a chef, basically.
Yeah, and that's like what 700.
Oh yeah, chef. What for them?
Yeah, no, that's Deeproot's 300. He says, looking at it.
Zara's 260.
270. So that's 570 plus the chef is 100. So yeah, 670.
Mm-hmm. And then a wizard. 8.
Yeah, sure. A wizard's was a fair spend.
Or bribes, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, that is. Ogres. People complain about ogres being a really shit team, but they even in normal leagues they get to be all right once they've got a shit ton of block and.
It's having the patience to get there.
Yeah, and they don't have tackle either. That's the other thing. So.
And we don't really have that much claw. No one's really building their underworld teams as big guy killers. They're building trolls with tentacles and stuff.
Yeah, it's more focused on winning the games than murdering the big guys.
Yeah, there's trolls with claw, but there's not that much.
There's a few piling on guys as well.
Really?
Yeah, some of the
piling on.
I've seen a few trolls with piling on.
Oh, goblin trolls with piling on.
Yeah.
I'm considering getting piling on for my ogres at some point soon. I'm just waiting to see who rolls Agi so that I can stop.
Yeah, specify that person as the ball carrier.
All right, well.
Cool.
There we go.
Stunty League. It's great because
it's good fun.
It's crazy.
26 teams. We're all playing. Is it 6 games each?
Oh, is it
five, and then the playoffs.
5 and then playoffs. Yeah.
And are we still going to have the Squeak Rider Cup at some point?
Well, it all depends on Darth Physicist. He does the US Stunty League. So if he gets a league together, we'll play the winner.
No, they're on a break or something at the moment.
I think they're on a break. Yeah, he's just started his Beantown normal league, but Stunty League. I don't know. I think because somehow through diligent marketing we've got the biggest Stunty League. I think people just join ours rather than join the other ones.
Well, we've got a few members, don't we?
So I did mention it in the name of the video. There was a special surprise. Are you prepared? Are you ready to unveil?
Well, it's not much of an unveiling, I guess. We've been selected by Cyanide to be a feeder league for their World Cup.
And so we're doing a Stunty feeder league. That's right, isn't it?
No. So so what we're going to do is a fairly standard, I guess.
You can bring Stunty teams to the to the
Yeah,
table.
of course you can. Of course you can. What we're going to do is replicate the qualifiers for the World Cup. So we're going to name divisions after the FIFA region. So North America, South America, Europe,
Bribery,
Africa.
corruption.
Yeah, all of that. All that good stuff. And we'll have 4 teams in each division, 3 games, and then into a playoff. That's it really. That's all you have to know. Do sign up when I post the details onto the Discord channel. I'll share it elsewhere as well. But yeah, hope to see you joining up for the World Cup.
So
I mean, what was the prize that Cyanide gave last year for the World Cup? Was it like a
Well, it was.
a 1070 or Titan graphics card, wasn't it?
Hey, with the Bitcoin bubble, that's a lot of money
it
now.
was way more than that, wasn't it? It was an actual like gaming PC.
Oh, it's a gaming PC.
For the person who won, it was like $8,000 worth of prizes for the top 16, with like the person who won getting a ridiculous computer and stuff, and then like as it went down, it was like the number 16 got a headset, got like a set of headphones and a microphone or whatever.
So it's well worth joining in.
Hmm.
So I'll post the details on the Discord channel, and sign up on a Google form as usual. It's just TV 100 teams, so whatever you think is best. Hopefully we won't just get 100 Dark Elf teams, but if we do, then that's how we'll roll.
Dwarves. Everyone's going to be dwarves.
Everyone's going to be dwarves.
Dwarves are definitely the way forward.
And we'll go from there really. So yeah, join in. And Hilo, you should give it a go. I mean,
I will throw my hat into the ring. I'm just
from watching you play today. I mean, you should definitely chance it because some of the crazy plays you go for sometimes are going to come off, aren't they? So
eventually, yes, that's how maths works.
I
think consider the craziest of plays. I think desperate is the word.
Well, I think the throw. I think again with 2020 hindsight, if you'd maybe thrown it in the other direction, that could have been better. But
you can't aim off the pitch.
I could aim on the edge of the pitch though.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
But the idea was I was going to pass the ball successfully, and when I didn't, it was better than it being sat in the back corner. So I didn't even want to reload it at that point. I was quite happy for it to just land on the floor. Unfortunately,
it was an interesting play. Also, I guess we're going to be doing the main league soon as well at some point, right?
Yeah.
Because I just closed down
today, didn't it?
Yeah.
So
there's one game of Shotgun left, which is going to be played tomorrow night.
but Shotgun's already decided, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. It's just the.
I meant to mention this. Kinks, Drinks, and Skinks were they lost 3 players to death in day 1.
Wow.
Yeah, that was bad.
So yeah, they were quite a healthy team until that. So yeah, that's there.
But they've kept the player who got all those SPP. Oh no, they didn't. So the leading scorer in the league is dead. Is that right? Oh no, Elf was in the other team. Sorry, ignore me.
Elf is the leading scorer. That's Static's boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Skink.
Try not to get him killed.
Yeah, don't let him die, Static.
Yeah.
Well, if you do, Blaze of Glory.
So look out for 2 things, I guess: the sign-ups for the next division of Death and the World Cup, which I'll probably get round to this some point this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get all my other games played. I'm getting a backlog. It's when you join too many leagues, but I suppose Cornite, you're more of a about this, juggling the multiple responsibilities.
Well, actually, at the moment, all of my leagues have come to an end. Like UK BBL's
you're between.
Just finished. Twitch is about to start again. This one's mostly between. Stunty's just starting. I think my Stunty game's the only actual organised game I have this week.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. This is the point which I suddenly joined 12 other leagues and discovered that it was a massive mistake.
Aren't you in Static? Aren't you in OCC as well this season? Did I see your name somewhere?
Yeah, I started Nurgle team.
Sorry, which team? Which team?
A collection of vectors.
Is it a Nurgle team?
Nurgle team,
Yes,
did
yeah.
you say? Sorry, I misunderstood. And Veli has started a human team as well, I think, in OCC. So,
He's in different division, I think.
and is it tier 6 you're in at the moment?
Yes, but
Ah,
I think he's in different division of T6.
okay.
I mean, OCC a much more intense league. The scheduling and
Well, yeah, it's actually one game a week rather than one
Yeah.
game every 10
It
days.
is. It's one game a week. Yeah, it's
and
quite
no extensions,
quite
like
strict.
unless
No extensions.
unless
No.
one of you is actually in a coma.
No, no extensions ever.
No,
Really?
not ever. Ever. There's only been
Never?
one, and that was in about 3 years ago in a championship game where it was the last game of the season.
Oh, so everyone wanted it to happen. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's it. They're very strict. But that's, with over 200 coaches, you've got to be. 'cause
Yeah, have a standard.
otherwise it'd be
Have a
madness.
standard. Stick to it. Whatever it is.
I mean, they've got more than that in Rebel, and Rebel's constantly overrunning.
Yeah, but I'm saying you have a standard, and people have an expectation, and you
Yeah.
can't. If you keep changing the standard, it's not fair on anyone. Because if I expect, I can probably squeeze a day into extension, and then you refused it, that'd feel unfair. But if you know with OCC, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I don't care if your dog died. Are you playing or not?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the OCC's thing as well. It's like this is 7 days, Wednesday to Wednesday. That's it.
Yeah, one weekend.
So
And
I was thinking about joining OTC at some point, but put me off. Sounds a bit too.
it's not for everyone.
Sounds a
but,
bit stressful.
It's not. It's not really. But if you've got, if you,
I'm
you're not for the
actually
leagues, then-
I'm an admin in UK BBL, and they're actually, so I'm pretty I'm happy to get games played. Let's say I'm more into games getting played than to date, but I'm not certain if that's all admins are the same.
No. Oh well, I'm in Division 2A, which is the 3rd tier, and I start on Monday. So yeah, wish me luck.
So is that
Oh,
OCC?
That's OCC. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
do the different tiers start at different times? So
No, the whole league starts on the same day, ends on the same day.
I thought OCT had already started. I thought I saw some people's games had started. Are you
Yeah,
sure?
they-
Are you
yeah,
sure
you-
you haven't missed your first game?
no, the league. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, the league kicked off on I think Monday or Tuesday this week.
Oh,
But,
okay.
my game's not till Monday. So.
Okay. I see.
while we're mentioning other leagues, Savajo's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh yeah, are you in that one?
Yeah, I thought I'll do something a bit more, kind of a bit more flighty, a bit more silly, and I've taken the vampires, and they've had a wonderful run. They've been the first game, was a really nice bit of development, and just kind of enjoying having vampires do their thing and eat all the other players in the team. It's just nice, pleasant.
How many vamps you gone with?
Oh, I went with the 5 setup. I think it's 5.
One reroll.
I think it's
5.
2. I think you get 2.
I was arguing with Sage today about whether his suggestion of 2 was rubbish or 3 was okay, but my idea of 4 was clearly insane. And then you go and choose 5.
Well, it's just you get more chance of the MVP landing nicely, and
Yeah.
I think I even
So is the Extraordinary Gentleman League? Is it in any way no fouling gentleman type thing?
oh god
Or
no,
is-
no, no.
Okay, thank God for that.
Just individuals who are extraordinary.
Okay, good.
Yeah, my team's televangelists.
Yeah, that was the League of Gentlemen, wasn't it? I think you're thinking about.
Yeah, I thought I'd heard something about that. Right.
I think it's died, hasn't it? Surely it should die if it.
Yeah,
has no
bad precedent to set in Blood Bowl.
No stalling, no fouls. I mean, what's the point?
And stalls can get so objective. Like I wasn't stalling. I just
didn't want to do any more GFI.
I wanted to try and surf that player
I forgot
first.
to move him.
No, I mean if it's the last advance, if you do all your other actions and then you get a turnover, then it wasn't stalling, was it? Objectively, you were trying to.
So actively trying to turn over in a position which
Yeah,
all is safe.
Because if you're gonna have rules, they need to be absolute. So like, I just took 6 dodges around this one player, and then he fell over. It was a tragedy.
Funnily enough, yeah.
Funnily enough, the AG1 player that I dodged through the 6 tackles didn't roll 5/6s.
Yeah. So I mean that's exactly the kind of exploit that's going to happen, and then people are just going to get cross if you try and put in a no storing rule.
No, I'm saying if you have an absolute rule, right, and you, I'm saying like the 7 days thing, it's fine. If you say the absolute rule, no, say, I had the idea of a while ago of a league where no one can choose block as a skill. The skill block is for blitzers only, and that's your lot. And it was meant to be kind of a positional thing. And obviously dwarfs would be this kind of freak show.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah, and everyone else has to kind of very carefully, nurture their blitzers. And there would have been a lot of wrestle, and people would have been trying to get around. But that was an absolute rule. Like, if I can go into your team, check. If someone says, he's picked a block player, I can just, and then you leave the league. It's as simple. It's absolute. But, I mean, I can't remember what the reason, but the motivation was for for no picking block. I think it's just because no blocks allowed was NBA.
Oh, one of the things I'm thinking about is, do you think there's anyone would play a one race only league?
If it was the right race, yeah.
Just like Vamps, an entire league of Vamps.
I mean, Vamps versus Vamps is always an interesting match because
everyone gazing into everyone else's eyes.
Yeah, and then running out of you get a situation where the pitch has no players on it because you knock out your last thrall.
I've just realised the big problem with that kind of thing is the confusion of trying to work out which team is which. Like,
well, no, if you bring up
standing next to a thrall and it's not actually yours. And not
press control a few times and you're usually good because you can see better little circles. I had a few situations where I did accidentally bite a thrall. I didn't mean to because it was a vampire lying down and I thought it was a thrall. Just kind of things like that. I'm trying to eat on someone who's lying down and I misread it, but you just got to mouse over.
Yeah.
I can't. It's not for me, that kind of league, but I don't know. You might find some of the people who it is for them.
I like the idea of settling these questions about what is the best skill to take by having teams of the same race fighting against each other.
I see that doesn't work though because I mean you're taking it in isolation. It's like
since I said it.
Yeah.
It came out of arguments about what vampire lineup is best to start with. It's like, okay, let's have a vampire off. You're playing 2, I'm playing 4. Helio's joining with 7.
Yeah, he's going to win.
I've decided not to bring any thralls.
Everyone's got all thralls. So.
11 vamps, no rerolls, no one to bite.
No one to bite.
It might be interesting, Can you do a mixed team, which is 2 vamp teams mixed together?
No. Do you know what? I want to find out how the game handles feeding on non-thralls in mixed teams. Like, what happens there? Because thralls don't have a special skill. If they had a box that said thrall, you can now eat this person.
Are included in any mixed teams. I think
they are. There's in the undead team because I've played against a mixed team that had when the mixed teams first came out, people actually tried playing against them.
I mean,
I played against a team that was like 1 thrall and 6 vamps and 2 mummies and 4 tomb guardians.
I mean, ghouls and werewolves should have blood, right? Ghouls are just cannibals.
Well, all humans. The entire human team.
No, I mean in terms of mixed teams, who you could actually, pair a vampire up with.
No, only thralls. Thralls are the only blood bags available.
We should have a skill blood bag, and then that should just be there. So that if you wanted, because this is what my hope is that Cyanide are going to open up the custom skills, so you can have things like glittering prizes where you give someone a nega trait and a weird positive, like something like you have to have frenzy now, but you also get stab.
Hypno gaze, and you forget which race you are. That kind of thing.
Oh, what's the racism skill that
animosity.
Yeah, like stuff like that where you have you just don't want to hand off the ball to anyone.
I mean, you could always build You could have a special. So animosities not for every other race, is it? Is it specific? Or it used to be specific. Sorry, I'm thinking about the odd rules.
There
think
were a
it's still
few rules
specific.
about the Sorry.
I think it's still specific to not being able to hand off between goblins and rats. I
Yeah, the
Yeah,
goblins don't
might be
care,
good.
but the Skaven don't
The
want to give the ball down to a goblin.
the pact team have animosity as well, and the pact team, it's like everyone has no. Is it everyone has animosity? The dark elf definitely has animosity, so you don't really want to handle the ball with a dark elf, because you won't give it back to anyone else.
And then there's the is it something of heroes? It's like the kind of goody races cross. If you choose any elf other than high elf, if you have any elves that aren't high elves, all elves get animosity.
In the old rules, the animosity and hate, there was animosity and hatred, and they were so when you could mix races together into like actual mixed teams of whatever you wanted. It was like hatred meant that is what the current animosity rule is, and the old animosity rule was you couldn't play on the same team as someone.
Right.
So dwarves and elves had hatred of each other. All good elves had animosity with dark elves, and there were these, basically every race had a list of who they had animosity towards and who they had hatred towards. And there was like some race like undead where to show their stupidity, they gave everyone hatred of their own race, so that you couldn't hand off without rolling a dice. Anyway,
on Pact, it's just the Marauders that don't have animosity. Everyone else
does.
And the big guys don't have it, but everyone else does.
So so you can do passes with the troll, but
Yeah.
Assuming he doesn't try and eat the ball.
yeah. So you can get it. So you can pick the ball up with a pack with a marauder, and you can throw it to the elf who can run it in, but he won't. The other way around is dangerous. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing the little extra bit on the top to
right.
sort out the.
Thanks everyone.
The promise of the future.
Yeah.
And we'll
World Cup hype. Woo.
Yeah.
Like I kind of think we shouldn't tell anyone else about this, so that just like we can, like, if we get 3 slots, can the 3 of us just go?
I mean, technically, we wouldn't charge. We can say there was a draw.
We get 4 tickets, 4 of us.
Yeah.
Fine.
Cool.
All right. Cheers, Helio.
I can already taste that sweet Bitcoin. I'm gonna farm with. No.
Could also buy it really cheap right now.
You can't buy. You can't afford to buy a graphics card. You have to win one.
I don't need graphics cards. I'm giving away graphics cards.
Yes. Yes. You're just making it rain.
Literally a private joke for one person that's in the stream.
Yes.
All right.
Cheers, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
It's midnight.
Good night.
It's time to stop. Bye.
Boom. Timing.
Yes.
Right.